Yeah, well, these are conditions that we have been watching since about 3:30 this afternoon, and with each hour, they just get worse and worse. As we take a look outside, and there's a good vantage point here, right at the hangout of the wind, and of course the double red flags signifying that the Gulf waters are closed. But the wind is the primary thing that that cannot go unnoticed. These wind gusts, those sustained winds that remarkably, as Jason was saying a moment ago, I mean, the conditions are going to get worse here. We saw as we were driving along the beach boulevard, a piece of foam that had just flown across the street. There was a plastic table, looked like it was probably a balcony, off of a balcony or something that was laying there on the side of the road. We're starting to see water beginning to pool on the sides of Beach Boulevard, and the sand has been blasted from the beach, and that's now, I'm not going to say covering Beach Boulevard, but it's beginning to, kind of get on the roads here. So we're whipping around and going to head east now on Beach Boulevard. South Baldwin County, I mean, this is an area decimated by Hurricane Sally 43 days ago. So now we're just beginning to drive as this system, we start to feel the effects of this system, see what damage there is, if any. You know, I want to touch on something that Jason was saying as we drive here a moment ago about power outages. And I talked with the Baldwin EMC yesterday, and they said that is the expectation, that there will be outages because all of the lines and poles that Sally brought down, the goal after in that restoration project is to get people's lights on as quick as possible, and to do that they had to put up a lot of temporary fixes. So their system has been decimated, and they can only hope that all of those leaning trees, those temporary poles and lines do not cause widespread outages around Baldwin County. But tonight, as you're watching and you're thinking about, as we go forward here over the next 3 or 4 hours and into the overnight, that the expectation from Baldwin EMC is that people will lose power. So they're going to be working around the clock to restore that as quickly as possible on deck with thousands of temporary poles and lines. So we're going to continue to track the conditions here in Gulf Shores. The conditions, like Tyler was mentioning, the reporters out in the field have mentioned, Jason has mentioned, they're only going to worsen, and we have experienced that going from a parking deck now into the storm tracker truck as these winds really pick up. So we'll continue to monitor the conditions as we look around South Baldwin County for you tonight. Live in the storm tracker, Michael Warwick, Fox 10 News.